What is up, Exiles? As promised from our last video, in the right upper corner, that was the one button Stormlands. Today, it's another edition with one button build. This will be a Whirlwind Lance showcase with a tier 16 Delirious map. And this will be a Deadeye as well on top of that, and not Blood Mage. So we are using Deadeye for the extra projectile for the Whirlwind Lance, and we also have extra damage. There's also Tailwind, which is absolutely insane as a buff. It gives you skill speed, evasion, movement speed, and damage reduction. It's one of the best buffs in the game, I would say. Really crazy good. A big fan of that. So basically with this build, you press W and you hold right click for Whirlwind Lance, and that's it. Now, the mana sustain might look a bit rough, but that is because I did not have mana on kill. You can just get it on one of the jewels, and that's it. Just get it once, and that's it. You don't need anything else. So that's a big thing. How to sustain mana very easily. On bosses, you just press Mana Flask, which is no problem either. I will show you Xesht tier 4 after this. It took me 24 seconds to kill, which is not too bad. But for bosses, we use 3 buttons, okay? A little spoiler alert. It's 3 buttons, not 1. But I just the storming through this map, pretty good loot here as well. I got like a couple chaos, which is not that bad at all, considering this was experience map. I'm only level 90. I'm still missing like 4 passive skill points, which would add a lot of damage. There is a lot of passives I haven't taken for the crit damage, for example, that adds the most, I would say. So this build focuses on crit chance, crit damage. And yeah, I believe I reached 1000% crit damage yesterday on my Whirlwind Lance, which is pretty insane. Now, I do have pretty unethical rank, not weapon. A rank is pretty unethical, so excuse me for that. Excuse me for that. I usually like to do builds that are not that expensive or hard to get, but we are at the point of the league where some of the good items are very achievable. But more about it later. Put the gear and whatnot. Also using the shield Chernobog. The EHP with this build on POB shows me 13,000, which is very good for PoE2, I would say. So Chernobog is the shield. We're using also armor, we're using evasion and energy shield, or all 3 layers. And that's why I am running a warrior chest piece that has the global defense buff by 10%, which is amazing. I really like that stat because global defense is all 3 of them, right? Armor, evasion, and energy shield. So there are 2 parts to this skill. First, you throw the weapon, it hits once, and you see these whirls around it. If you step into it, they explode, and they can stack 4 times, I believe, or 5 times. And each of the so-called collisions will stack or add multiplicative damage. It works exactly the same as Falling Thunder, which I also have in the right upper corner. Falling Thunder is also one-shotting everything, but it's based on power charges. This is just based on pretty much frenzy charges, because if you add frenzy charge, it adds even more damage. And that's what we do on the bosses. You will see here in a second as well with the map boss, the Lord of the Pit. I honestly have no clue what happened on that fight. It was a 2-shot. No clue the damage, what happened in the second part, or for the other half of the HP of the boss. But it's actually insane. This is the anti-vision build that Jonathan does not want us to run, so please don't tell him, alright? No, I'm kidding. I think this needs to be nerfed. Like, this is too strong. The access to crit with Tangle Tongue is too OP. The skills, I mean, one button Stormlance running on Blood Mage, which I ran before, and then here a Whirlwind Lance in full Juiced Map endgame is just pretty crazy. I also have the explicits on the Atlas. I'll show you later as well what I'm running to stack up the prefixes or suffixes, whatever, to get more loot, more XP, I guess, as well. Well, let me fast forward a little bit. We saw the breach. Take a look at the bows. Should be close on the way right here. Yes, yes, yes. The only thing I change is 1 gem, the blue gem. I am running magnified effect for AoE for mapping, but I do take elemental focus or concentrated effect for the single target. But on Xesht, I tried something else. So we want to drop as many Whirlwind Lands on top of the boss, and then a sniper's mark for the frenzy charge. That's it. That's pretty much it. And the Xesht here, again, this is a 3 button. We drop down Solar Orb for the rage stacks and the buffs. And then, Sniper's Mark. And then, yeah, just keep Whirlwind Lance down, and that's pretty much it. On this one, I did try Elemental Focus instead of Concentrated Effect, so I am not running Shock debuff on the target. You can see we are also breaking armor through a single out support gem in Sniper's Mark. I'll show you later as well. It's very good stuff. I still need to get used to the playstyle. I'm still not used to, like, seeing or knowing when exactly to enter the area from the boss to make it explode pretty much. But this is a T for Xesht. And as always, guys, you already know it. We got the planner here on Mobalytics. And I will add some written notes as well, what to change, what you can do and whatnot. The skill tree atlas as well. Here will be rotation, and the POB code is right here on the right side, which you can paste and, you know, open it right here. In details, you can play around with config as well with debuffs and buffs if you are into it, or you can try with different jewels and whatnot. Now, I am running full Adorned setup here, trying it out on the builds, but ever since, to be honest, ever since they removed the jewel sockets on the tree, it is not as effective as I thought. Like, you can see I'm going all around the tree just to access the jewels. It is not as effective as before, honestly. I'm not sure if it's that worth, but anyways, I'll take you into the game, and we shall talk about a few things, yes? So first things, the skill gems here. So for a single target Whirlwind lance, we want the attack speed, which is multiplicative. This is very needed. Right now I am at 0.42, and if I remove the socket, it's 0.51, which adds, you know, a lot. 0.1 second is actually a lot. We go deliberation. We don't really care that we have movement speed penalty when we cast it. It's actually okay. It's very fast because it's instant, right? The land throw, so that's all good. Next up, we got overextend. Excuse me, I forgot to nuke the sound. Overextend, we try to stack as much crit damage as possible. So more means this is multiplicative. We are looking for gems that have the word more in them, which is multiplicative. It's better than increase. Increase is additive, not as strong. So you can see I'm 1035% crit damage. This one pure gem adds exactly 200, over 200, like 230, 240% crit damage on the on this bad boy. That's pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. Elemental focus for a single target. With this, you will not be able to apply shock, which is 20% damage, but I find this much better. The higher your damage goes, the more benefit you get from this gem, so I'm a big fan of this actually, because our most damage is fire and lightning, not physical, so it's actually good. Same thing here, primal armament, multiplicative damage again, 25%. For AoE, you do want magnified effect for mapping. This is what I do for bosses and maps, that's it. And you can see this gem is 50,000 deeps on the tooltip. So that's pretty crazy. So we got this bad boy, Solar Orb. Now for our buffs, we got the persistence to last longer, but this basically ignites enemy and it applies fire exposure. Since our damage is most fire, then it lowers the target's resistances, which is pretty sick. We got Strip Away to increase its effect, and then we have Double Font, one for rage tags here, and the other one is for life here, blood. Last buff, we got Sniper's Mark. This will give you Frenzy Charge if you crit. You can see I'm almost 100% crit cap, so always get Frenzy Charge. And for each Frenzy, you can see here in the description, consume a Frenzy Charge if possible to create a Whirlwind with one more than its normal maximum number of stages. You can see when you collapse, aka enter the Whirlwind, you deal 150% more damage per stage. Brothers, it's per stage. That's ridiculous, right? Let me see. We get every extra radius duration. We have 5 whirlwinds, so that's 5 stages. If I am reading, no, there's 3 stages. My bad. It's 3 stages. So this times 3 on top of the extra quality here, it's just insane. It is just insane how much damage you can do here. It's exactly the same like the Falling Thunder from the Quarterstaff through power charges. Wild. Anything more with this number, crazy. So Sniper's Mark, Perfusion, you can get 2 charges. We got Ingenuity for lower cooldown, Single Out to break armor, because we still do some damage with physical, so that helps. Arcane Tempo to cast it faster, and Inspiration for lower cost. You don't need to, but it's actually helpful. And for our Spirit Auras, we got Ghost Dance, Wind Dancer for the defense. This will give you Energy Shield based on your evasion. Right now, I'm 61% evasion, 30% armor. We get block, we get Energy Shield. Like, the defenses you have with this build are pretty insane. And you can probably get more energy shields or even life, depending on your items, which I just slapped whatever I had in my stash. So for Ghost Dance, we want fast forward, so it procs more often. Cannibalism to get life sustain on maps. Now, Wind Dancer one-shots everything, even rares around you. So quality to get more AoE is pretty good. Even though we have concentrated effect here, that's what I changed. I put this bad boy here for more damage, less AoE though, but it doesn't matter. Heft for physical damage, heavy swing for physical as well, because we do quite a good chunk of physical, so this adds quite a lot of damage. And we get blind to have more survivability, if you will, because monsters will have less accuracy and evasion rating, so it's easier for you to hit them, basically. And for our other auras is Herald of Thunder and Ash. The reason for these two is because I am running Coming Calamity, since my damage is fire and lightning, so we get 50% of each, which is pretty insane. So Lightning Mastery and Herald of Thunder, we get Long Shot for more damage and Maim. And our great debuff, lower movement speed, but also reducing evasion rating on the enemies. Amazing. With Blind, perfect debuffs. Herald of Ash, we get Fire Mastery, we get Precision, because we do like to stack accuracy, because we get attack speed from accuracy. And then we also get accuracy from crits, so these two go hand in hand. Big fan of these on any skill, on any build actually. I might do that on all my melee builds, to be fair. Next we get Herbalism for more recovery from life flasks and clarity for the mana regen. My mana is not the best. I would welcome to get some mana on any of these pieces, but I just don't have those, so mana would be much better. But even with that, it's still no problem. But again, if you should get a jewel with mana on kill 100%, this one right here. This is perfect. That's all you need. That's it. That's it. I used to run this jewel before, but I'm now running a different one. Let's talk about Ascendancy. So the reason is I picked Deadeye is the Tailwind. Tailwind is a buff that stacks 10 times. It gives you movement speed, skill speed, which is attack speed, evasion rating, and on top of that, you get reduced damage per Tailwind. So that's 30% reduced damage per Tailwind. Like this build is, I have yet to die with this build. Yeah, in game, like overall. The only thing I died was because I was reading chat on my stream, and I died to Explosion. Another great one is Point Blank, which is another multiplicative damage if you're within 3.5 meters, and then it scales down. We are always within that range, so this is amazing. And then we get extra proc, which makes this into a 2 proc, 2-shot. So we don't have to use Salvo. I was not a fan of Salvo on Whirlwind lands, which I used on my Storm lands before. Onto the skill tree, what we got going here. We want to path towards as many jewel nodes and crit damage nodes as possible. So we got Cooked here. Down here, crit damage Javelin. We also get the big accuracy attack speed stacking from Falcon Dive and the pinpoint shot for crit chance accuracy. Up top, glancing blows. How to cap out block chance is glancing blows with the Chernobog. We are also getting parrying motion for movement speed if you block, and this also caps out my block at 75%. That is because I have block chance corruption on the shield. If you do not have this, fear not. There is another cluster that I used before, which is right here. A block, and this bad boy. Glancing hits. Now, you will take more damage when you block, but that's no problem at all, because with our defense layers, it will barely scratch you. So this will easily cap out your block chance, no problem. Some extra jewel socket here. Right up top, we get once again Coming Calamity for more damage. Big cluster here. A perfect spot for a timeless jewel. I recommend getting crit chance, crit damage, energy shield, and then mana on kill would be the best. Mana on kill probably would replace any of these, but it's up to you. It's up to you. But the best one is crit chance, crit damage, mana on kill. So I'm almost there. So crit chance, crit damage. Want to get them all. Same here. Pathing here, we get some defensives here. So we get Spectral Ward, max energy shield per evasion on the body piece. So I am running Warrior. This one doesn't have the highest numbers here, but if you stack Iron Runes and if you get Global Defense, which does buff all 3 here, like I explained, it's perfect. And I'm still missing 50% increase the Global Defense here on the body piece, so it could be even higher. And with that, I also anointed Subterfuge Mask, so we are running pure energy shield health headpiece. That way we get more evasion. So try to get as high as possible. This one is not bad because this one has life on top of that. So this is pretty insane headpiece. Because of that, I have pretty good life pool. And also you need to get Spirit Corrupted on the headpiece. 25 is what makes it even 170 for all the support gems and whatnot. Now down here, some more defensives here. Evasion, max energy shield. We get movement speed as well, 3%. We get extra damage here. We get faster recharge on the energy shield. Very good instant result. Some more crit chance, crit stuff, again, and jewels. So for the jewels, again, I'm running pretty stacked Adorned. Shout out to my man Don't Bill him. It's from him, this jewel. And the other jewels I'm running is basically 1 crit chance, 1 damage here, and the other ones are just crit damage and damage with spears. This is ridiculous damage increase, by the way. Like this, the village show me right now. Sometimes my tooltip bugs out. 304k. Like, that's 40,000 DPS on the tooltip from a jewel. But again, ever since they removed most of these jewels, you are just more than fine to run normal rare jewels with crit damage, crit chance, damage with spears, attack speed, even evasion, up to you. But yeah, you don't really need that. Like, Adorned isn't as effective as I thought it would be. And of course, Timeless here is very good. Once again, crit chance, crit damage, energy shield, and mana on kill. If you're not running Adorned, you can also run one of the Megalomaniacs. I will see if I have some. Like, I have Acceleration, Unbending, nothing too crazy. I have a few here as well, which wouldn't really work that much. These aren't that great, to be fair. These aren't that great. Yeah, I don't have a Megalomaniac, but you could run that too. Or you could even run Against the Darkness with, like, damage increase. You know, cold, lightning damage, fire damage, whatever. Up to you. Sky's the limit when it comes to jewels here, to be honest. So these were the passives. The gear here, we want to get Tingle Tongue with double socket ideally and max crit chance 20%. This is very important. Try to get as high as possible. Double socket. You can also go with attack speed on the double socket here if you want to be faster, but I like crit damage because this is also multiplicative, just like the jewel, the support gem overextend. Headpiece, the classic energy shield, stack it up as much as you want because of the subterfuge mask, resistances, mana if you want to, life, main attribute. The ring here is, I got tier 1s across the board, so we got flat lightning, physical. I would rather have flat fire instead of physical because we do that most, but it is what it is. Accuracy rating, again, good because we are stacking the attack speed through that. Now, resistances, attributes, good stuff as well. This Calendar's Touch is 1 divine. It reflects the rank you have in the other slot, so I can recommend it. It's very good. Belt, I have Ingenuity. These are very cheap because they nerfed it in this league, so I'm kind of happy with that one. You can also run a Headhunter if you want to, but I like Ingenuity. On the gloves here, are looking for ideally 2 sockets. I like to stack attack speed as much as possible to make it fast in maps and bosses too. Flat damage, physical, fire, lightning. Again, lightning way better than physical for more damage. Now, I'm overcapped on resistances, so I could definitely get some upgrades at the cost of resistances, but yeah, on the boots here, movement speed, your priority, energy shield as high as you can, attributes, resistances, the classic. I could probably run these boots without, oh, I think I break it now, rip. I could just drop the rest on the boots and run without it, no problem. On the shield, Chernobog, ideally corrupted block chance, or if you can go max block chance to get 78%, which would mean more survivability, but also damage. Amulet, this is pretty new here. I don't think anyone really uses that. I also used it. Another build incoming after this is Totem Titan, which zooms like a baby attribute stacker from the first league. So that's pretty sick. So skill speed, crit chance, the damage increase, perfection. You will get lower elemental resistances though. If you do not have this one, you can run any rare amulet with a energy shield, extra pride skills, anything you want really, attributes, resistances, even life if you want to. But there's also one we can run, which is the legendary beacon. Let me see if I can see it here. This one is ignoring elemental resistances with crits. Since you're capped out on crits, that's all good. You would not even need corrupted headpiece with spirit because this one gives you spirit. So you can also run this one if you want to, but I'm just a fan of this one. Subterfuge mask for the big defense as the annoyance, because we also like to stack defense. On the potions, increase recovery and charges. That's what I like, or applied instantly on mana. It's pretty good too. The charms here is frozen immunity. We got onslaught here. Could be pretty expensive, but this gives you skill speed and movement speed if you are slowed. And here, if you're stunned immunity, you get defense with armor. So that's pretty good too. That was the gear. No weapon swaps needed on this build. No biggie, no problem. Onto the rotation, you want to start with your Solar Orb to stack up Rage. And then you would just Sniper's Mark to get Frenzy Charge. Stack it up 4 times, 5 times. Enter it again, Frenzy Charge. Or Sniper's Mark again, enter it. Try to enter all the Whirlwinds around it because they are most likely always, all of them, to hit the boss if you go around it. And try to stick to melee side as well. Tailwind here, you don't need target to get the stacks, which is amazing. You can proc that before the map and then start blasting right away, because this does increase the damage a lot. As you can see, it's 40,000 deeps because it's faster now. So that's pretty crazy. My movement speed now is, oh, I cannot show you, but I'm about 40%, over 40% movement speed. if I do happen to block a lot of hits with this passive, I get even more. So that's actually very good. One thing though, if you get hit, you lose a stack of Tailwind. Now, if you block, you don't really take... Well, actually, no. If you block, you take damage here, glancing blows. So even if through a block, you will still get -1 stack. But that is a no problem. And with that said, G's and gents, I believe we covered everything. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I stream every day on here, YouTube, Kick, or Twitch. If you want to come through, it would help me a lot on Kick as well, because I'm just branching out there as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching once again. Have a great one. If you have any questions, hit me up. And more builds coming soon until the next league. And of course, after that as well. All right, until next time. Peace.